Soundstripe.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Alright, so we got you guys zoomed in. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my lids again, going in with the Morphe. This is the eyelid primer that I've been using in the past 3 videos. I just really enjoyed this one. So this is Dark Magic, very foresty green color scheme. Again, this palette has had ups and downs with people. It's not blending out good. As you saw in the last video, Top Secret, which was that green shade, was not working very well. And so since these are mostly greens, I am just hoping for the best. Now, I do like this shade right here, Poof, which is a really nice, beautiful, matte brow bone color, which was something that none of the other palettes had, so I'm really happy that this one has it. And I'm really liking the shimmer shades in this palette. Power Cut, which is like it's like a silver color. Then we have Trickery, which is a green metallic, and then we have Diversion, which is more of a steel gray color. Also a shimmer, but like I said, it's just something that about the shimmers and the whole collection themselves that have been working amazing. So I'm already really excited to dip into those ones. Again, not knowing where I'm going with the look, all I know is that each eye will have a different look, just so we can dip into as many shadows as we can, to just give them all a fair chance. So I think for this one, I am going to start out with this shade right here called Shush, which is like a tan, like a tan beige color, a very beautiful color for transition. So fingers crossed. I'm just gonna lay this down in the crease right here, going in lightly. So if you haven't been watching my other videos, going in light with these shadows is key. Like they work and blend so much better if you start light and build up the color, rather than if you just go in with it and then try to blend it out. Like, then you're gonna have a difficult time. And I'm gonna go in with the shade Poof, which is that light color that I was talking about. I'm gonna put it right up there underneath the brow bone like I was talking about, which is like perfect. That's the shade that I like. That's the type of shade that I like to put up here, which is something in her original, in the original Jaclyn Hill palette, the 35 color palette, it doesn't have. It's just a matte brow bone color, and I just was hoping for it, but they're all shimmery, and like I said, it's not something that I like, but I mean, I know in her videos, like, that's what she likes. She likes a really poppin' brow bone. I'm just blending these two shades together. So now I'm going to take the shade, they're all just so dark, so it's like there's no easy way to do this. I am gonna go in with the shade, let's go in with Mojo, which is this really deep plum eggplant color right here. Really want to go in light with these dark shades because we don't know how they're gonna work and you just don't want to make a mess. Okay, you can tell on camera that it is a darker color and that it is deepening up, you know, the shade, but I feel like it's a different color on my eyelid than it looks in the palette. Like on my eyelid it looks more like a deep, like rich brown, whereas in here I'm seeing like purple. I may be wrong, and maybe I'm just not seeing it right in the palette. But that's just like, that's the vibe I get. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys see different in your palette, let me know. But the color is there. It's a nice color. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, the brown is not, but I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's the lights. Let me know. I'm gonna go in with Temptress to deepen it up even more, since we're talking about darkness. And I just like dipped into it a little bit with my finger and it left an imprint on there, so I feel like it's gonna be super dark. I'm going in way more lighter than I want to here. And it's black. I mean, it's a nice black. It does look like it has some glitter reflect in it, but I'm not picking that up on my eye yet. I'm sure I have to build it up a little bit more. I'm just so afraid to make a mess. So this shade I'm just gonna focus on the outer like part of my eye, almost doing like a V shape with it. Again, the color's there. It's a black. I mean, I like that that black doesn't look blue almost. It looks like a true black. I've tried using some other blacks before, and then, you know, once they're blended out and everything, it just looks blue. But this one looks black and it looks really nice against the nudes right here. So I'm just going back in with the brush that I used Mojo on to just blend out that black a little bit more. Okay, so I think I want to go in with one of the shimmer shades, and I'm gonna go ahead and take Power Cut, which is the silver shade right here. The color on the brush, it's definitely coming off, which is nice. I'm gonna spray with some MAC, the Fix Plus. Oh yeah, that is silver. So far so good. Like, this palette is nice. I would use it more for like a nighttime look, definitely, or, you know, if you're going out to the club or whatever, anywhere that it's dark, like this is gonna be your palette. But like, this is not something I mean, I'm not gonna go to the grocery store looking like this. No, I take it back. I might just go to the grocery store looking like this, but I know most of you won't, so keep that in mind. But it is a nice, I think it's a nice palette to have. Like, you know, sometimes you need that palette that is like your going out palette. It'd be really nice to have this palette to switch it up from a daytime to a nighttime look. If you want to see how to do something like that, let me know. Just want to blend a little bit more. Alright. I think I'm going to start on the other eye before we do the under eyes. So let's start on that. Alright, so for our left eye, I left it for the greens. So fingers crossed that these work out. I'm going to go in first with the shade Potion, which is very similar to the shade Top Secret. I have it here. I can hold it up so you guys can see the difference. And they're actually both in the same spot. They are very similar. I feel like Potion is just a tad bit lighter. But what do you guys think? There we go. Let me see. This one is Potion. And this one is Top Secret. Very similar. I'm gonna apply this in the crease. Hopefully it works a little bit better than the other one. Yeah, it is a little bit lighter. Maybe it has a little bit more like yellow undertone to it, but it is lighter. It's a more green than Top Secret. This one's blending better than Top Secret. Like, it's actually letting me move it around, which is a big difference from the other one. Just gonna go in with the shade Poof again and put that under my brow bone and blend that down to meet with Potion. So now, I mean, I don't know, as it's on there now, I see a little bit of patchiness. I don't know if it's picking up on camera. Right here looks a little bit darker. This shade right here called Inside Job, which is a very dark forest green color right here. This shade Inside Job is a nice color. I am able to cover up what Potion left behind, and it blends well with this shade, so that's nice. I just really wanted those like olive green, light green colors to work out. Like, it's so hard to find a good green, so if you have any recommendations, let me know. But I mean, these ones sucked. Okay, so I want to go in again with the shade Temptress, which is that black color. I built it up quite a bit on this side and didn't see any glitter, even though there's a glitter reflect in the palette. Again, I'm going in lightly. Everything together now. So for this side, I want to go in with the shade Trickery, which is that very gem emerald toned shimmer green. I'm going to take that on a flat packer brush here. And there's definitely a lot of color payoff on there. I literally just rubbed it lightly. And I'm going to go in with the Fix Plus. Hopefully it doesn't come off this dark. Okay. Okay, it's dark, but it's pretty. It's a very pretty color. Oh my god. Like, this color has to be like my favorite out of the entire palette. I'm gonna go in with my finger and see if that intensifies it. I mean, but I don't think it needs to be. Oh my gosh, that shade is super pretty. It's dark, but it has like these emerald reflexes in it. It's so gorgeous. And I'm going to finish up my under eye, come back, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about this palette. Alright, so I finished my under eye look. All I did was a black liner on the bottom. On this eye, I did use the shade Busted, which is this deep teal color, and blended it out with Potion, and it blended out beautifully. In the bottom, I just did a little bit of the Mojo and blended it out with the Shish color. So final thoughts on this palette. I think it's a good palette to go out with. Like I said, to do nighttime looks, I think it's a good palette. But those shades, these olive green shades, just don't do it for me. Like I said, this shade right here looks one color to me in the palette than it looks like on my eye. So I guess that's just something that you have to be the judge of. But overall, like, I love the colors. The rest of them blended out good. I was happy to be able to cover up what Potion left behind on this side with Inside Job. But like, I'm really digging the green on this eye. And like I said, this eye is really beautiful. You know, I used a wing liner on both of them, threw some lashes on. You can really make some gorgeous looks from this palette. But like I said, for me, this one is about a 7 out of 10. The only one being that green shade. I don't know what it is with them, that those green shades are the ones that for me had inconsistencies. Like I said, all in all, they are good palettes. I know some people's are inconsistent, but like I said, she did post a video apologizing, saying that even though they were relaunched again, they were inconsistencies still with some palettes. So that is something that you have to be the judge of if you still want to purchase or not. It would have been different if she would have did the relaunch and all of them were coming out great, but it seems like even though they relaunched the palettes, there's still some of them, it's like hit or miss. Luckily, I got a good batch of them. Like I said, out of 4 palettes, which is 40 shades, I would have to say maybe 5 of them have inconsistencies, which is not bad. Especially if you're only paying $15 a palette or $49 altogether. Like I said, I think it's nice to have that option to buy them individually if you want to. And like I said, you be the judge. After watching all 4 of the videos, which one of the palettes works best for you. Or if you want to buy all of them, I mean, like, that's totally up to you. It was a good investment, even though I didn't really pay for them. Save up those Ulta points. But yeah, I'm ready to get back to doing some tutorials. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.